Yo, what's good, Brody?
Man, you see, I'm just out here thugging it out, no cut, nothing. I see you got the waves going
I
though.
know, bro. For no cut, you've been out there for like 2 months. It looked like you still kind of fresh. The hair should be a little bit more rugged than that, to be honest with you.
We ain't never gonna let that go bad.
Yeah, nah,
No
I see,
sir.
man. I mean, the biggest question is how are you doing? Like, how's everything
Oh,
going
I'm
out
good.
there?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's pretty crazy out here right now, but I'm in Jerusalem, so I'm pretty good. Just been in the house last couple of days, just trying to stay safe. To be honest with you, it's like 11:30 right now. It's kind of when everything starts to go down, but I've been good. Fortunately, God bless. I've been good.
Yeah, just for those that don't know, can you kind of elaborate about what's going on currently in Israel?
Yeah. So about maybe 3 4 days ago, out of nowhere, it's my first time in Israel. There's been some rockets that have been launched throughout the country. Basically, there's kind of like a little war going on between Israel and a city called, or a country, my bad, called Gaza. And it's just been escalating every day. And kind of just been in the middle of it, just kind of learning, kind of trying to figure out what's going on day by day, just trying to stay safe. And Tel Aviv, like everybody knows, Tel Aviv, that's probably 40 minutes down the road from me. That's where a lot of the action has been going on, which is kind of scary because nothing really ever happens in Tel Aviv. Um, I mean, even here in Jerusalem, we had the siren go off, and we had a little bomb threat too, and we had to go hide in the shelter. So just some things that, like, I'm not really accustomed to. It's just been kind of going on, but I've been good though.
Yeah, just like before we even really get into it, about what's going on, I just want people to know and reiterate how much of a play, like how good of a place Israel is, because I think a lot of times I hear people, see Israel and it's not in the best light, but that was honestly my favorite place to play at. It's one of the best places to play if you're an American, and it just it's just unfortunate about what's going on. Can you just talk about your experience before all this happened and how good of a
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
it
for
was?
sure. Nah, Israel is honestly, it's been amazing out here. I've been out here having the time of my life. Uh, the COVID is under control here. 90% of the country's been vaccinated. Definitely was nervous at first, but once I saw the whole country and how they've handled it, so I've been vaccinated, been able to go to restaurants and live my normal life. The fans have been great. The basketball, the food. Even you put me on some spots, Dixie's, you name it,
Sir, yes,
Benedict's.
sir.
It's very like Americanized out here. So I feel like I'm home. Everybody speaks English. Um, and it's been nothing but love. It's just unfortunate what's going on this past week. It's just kind of unsettling the situation. But other than that, like I've been having a great time out here for sure.
Exactly. And you've played in Turkey, you played in China,
Spain,
Spain.
China,
Yeah.
Spain, and now Israel. Yeah, it's my fourth year overseas. Yeah.
Bro,
And
honestly, and you've come from the NBA. Honestly, you've had a crazy transition because you dealt with COVID. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this.
yeah,
You dealt with COVID when it first hit in China. Can you just talk about that too? We can go back to Israel.
oh, for
You
sure. That's what everybody's like, man. You did COVID last year, and then now you're in a crossfire. So it's like last year, pretty wild. So I was in Shanghai, great city too, playing in the CBA, and man, out of nowhere, then COVID hit, and kind of not similar situation, but something that we didn't really know what was going on at the time. We didn't know it was COVID. It was going to spread like that. So we got to go back home. And actually, I was with a couple of my teammates. We were actually in Bali, matter of fact. We were on Chinese New Year. And then from there, China was so bad, we went back to the States. And then we were home for like about 2 months. And then things got under control there. And then they had us come back. We were supposed to play the season within that month and a half. We got back, finished it real quick, which ended up turning into being stuck over there for another 5 months.
yeah.
I had a quarantine for a couple weeks. Then the season kept getting postponed, and we didn't finish until over the summer. But they did it right, and honestly, what's crazy is it was like probably the safest place to be at that time, even though COVID had just started over there. Going back and how they controlled everything, and everything was pretty safe, and I felt pretty comfortable. And we finished the season in the bubble, obviously, and then got back home, and then Yeah, Turkey, same. It's been great. Everything's been great, and then all of a sudden, this kind of whole thing's going on now. We're just kind of at a standstill. If we're going to finish the season or how this is going to go.
Yeah, speaking of that, like what's the situation with practice, and games? So was there a game when the Rockets first hit 3 days ago? Were you guys supposed to play a
Yeah.
game? Like what?
So the the day that all that happened, we didn't have a game. We had practice though, and so I'm in Jerusalem. So basically, I'm in the Holy Land, right? So nothing ever, from what I've been told, pops off here. So the other day, I'm in the locker room, like, bro, I'm in the shower. Really, real talk. I'm in the shower. Like, I'm about to get out the shower. Keep
Yeah,
it 100 with you. And my Israeli teammates coming there yelling like, "Yo, we gotta go to the shelter." I was like, "What?" Thinking they're messing around or whatever, but I could hear the siren. And a couple of my other teammates, I'm getting out. I'm trying to dry off real quick. I'm yelling at my teammates like, "Bro, we gotta go." They're thinking I'm joking. I play around a lot. They're thinking I'm joking. I'm dead serious. So during like the end of practice, we had to go into the little bomb shelter for about 15 minutes. The siren went off. No one really knew what was going on because Jerusalem has never been a target. Then that night, there's a clip. There was like a second division game. The guys were playing in the middle of the game, and whatever town they were in, the sirens started going off, and bombs and rockets or whatever you want to call it were being shot over their head during the game. They had to get down on the floor. So I think that right there kind of made everybody a little bit uncomfortable. Then the following day, no one really knew what was going on, and then that night, that's when Tel Aviv um, got hit with a lot of those rockets. And but most of Israel's small. A lot of the teams in the league are in the small cities right outside of Tel Aviv. It'd be like basically LA, and you got LA downtown, and then just bro, everything is right, almost the size of LA down. You know what I mean? Like everything is right there.
yeah.
Within 10, 15 minutes apart. So all those cities that are getting hit, are right there, and a lot of the teams, like probably 70% of the teams in the league are right there. So
Yeah, just real quick, Ray. I'm gonna give them like a 1 minute. We ain't gonna say anything. I'm gonna show them what is going on currently in Israel. If you haven't been up to date with the news or anything like that, I'm gonna show a little quick video of what's going on.
סתם, תירגע, אני פה.
There's some video of the rockets up in the sky. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy because like my first year playing out there was when 2013. I played in Israel. My first year playing overseas out of my 7 year career. But I always used to hear about that. About the rockets and like from Gaza coming over. But I know that Israel has a laser that they shoot down the rockets. So I never experienced that, and even in the course of like 7 years, I've never even heard of
yeah,
something like this going on. And Israel is honestly really a safe place right now. It's just unfortunate what's going on, but it it puts me in a tough spot to even talk about it because I love Israel so much and so many players love Israel so much. That's why I keep reiterating it. Um, how are your teammates doing is what I'm saying. Like your
yeah,
American
for sure.
teammates, Stan, my guy, down there, he's your teammate. How is he dealing with the situation and some of your other American teammates?
Yeah, everybody's kind of dealing with it a little differently. I every country I go to, I'm always watching the news. Just always trying to keep up with what's going on. I could tell something was going on the past week, and I kept saying something to everybody at the gym, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's normal, it's normal." But I knew something was up when my, the local teammates. You could tell they were a little shook up about it. Not so much of the Rockets, which sounds crazy. The Rockets are normal. They have this thing, like you said, it's the Iron Dome, which basically shoots them all down. But what was going on in the streets and stuff, I think that's what's kind of got everybody a little bit nervous. For the Americans, um, And I think I speak on behalf of probably all the Americans out here right now. Everybody's just a little concerned. Luckily, like I said, in Jerusalem, we're pretty safe. So, we don't really feel too worried. But, like I said, half of the league is in areas where, they're seeing them rockets every night. And every 20, 30 minutes, they're getting up and they got the sirens going off. They got to go get in the little bomb shelter. So matter of fact, that a lot of the players spoke up tonight and, put out a statement, expressing how they feel. I think this from the players, they just want to know we're safe and that the league is supporting us and, our health and safety is in their best interest.
Yeah. What is your guys' status right now? I saw briefly Standing had posted something on Instagram. I didn't get a chance to really read it because we are doing the live, but what is your guys' stance currently right now?
Well, some of the teams have still been practicing. Matter of fact, the team Hapoel Tel Aviv, they practiced today, and it was their practice got missiles were fired at their arena during their practice. So, so this is just not normal. You know what I mean? Like missiles, you see it, bro. Like in the day, you see it at night, like, and you're expected to go hoop. Guys, the last thing from talking to players, the last thing on everybody's mind is going to hoop right now. Everybody out here came out here to hoop for work and,
Yeah.
They love to do, but it's just kind of hard right now when, you dealing with that every night. No one's really sleeping. I'm telling you, the sirens going off throughout the night. I think guys are just, worried about their safety and trying to get home and get to their family, to be real with you.
Yeah. Yofi, one of the guys in the chat, he just asked if they are still playing right now. Are you guys still playing, or what's the situation?
Nah, so they canceled the game. We were supposed to play. What's today? For me right now, it's Thursday. We were supposed to have played yesterday. We did shoot around and everything, and they tried to move the game up, but there was no way. They asked if we wanted to play tomorrow. No chance. There was a game supposed to be played tonight that got canceled. Soccer, all the sporting events right now, everything's been canceled. So we're just kind of like waiting to see. Now the players really spoke up today, and is kind of pushing this thing to like we want to answer. So I read it's 20, 30 minutes ago that they're supposed to make some type of decision tomorrow.
Yeah. How, the most important, with all countries that you go in are the local players, the Israelis. What is their stance on, playing and possibly canceling the season?
I think they're kind of 50-50. Sometimes when you're in Europe, or obviously this is Middle East, but when you're overseas, sometimes Americans have a say depending on what league, country it is, and sometimes the local players, they don't really have much of a say. So just in terms of the way they're raised and how they're coached, like they kind of have to do what they're told and what they're asked. I can definitely tell that most of the players I've seen are a little unsettled as well. I think they obviously would like to get the remaining of their salary. And I think, maybe the only way that happens is if they play, which I feel them. That's how they feed their family. But at the same time, I think they understand the importance of their health and their life and their safety. And this is something, too, that they're not accustomed to. But I think with this league here, it's really Americanized. And there's not the Americans out there on the court, then I don't know how the league will really go or finish.
Yeah, exactly. Like for those that don't know, there is 5 Americans on the team, or 4, because I know that the Israel rules keep changing back and forth. How many
Yeah,
is
you
it?
can have 5, but 4 can be on the court
Yeah,
at
at the same
a
time.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and then do you guys have like, because some teams have like they can get like 5 or 6, right? Correct or no?
Yeah, we have it's 6 of us. Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
there's
there's
6.
6 of us.
So have you guys ever like during this time have you guys like linked up, like kind of like talk with each other, or is like everything through group
For sure.
message? Okay.
Not for sure.
Okay.
For sure. We've been talking amongst, ourselves, but even with that though, like, one guy might want to stay, the other one might want to go home. Like at the end of the day, like everybody's grown and people have families, different responsibilities. Some guys might want to stay because, they got 2 more months of salary. Some guys that doesn't matter. Then it's everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
So of course, with all the Americans, we talk amongst ourselves and try to be on the same page. But at the end of the day, like, you have to make the best decision for you and your family, I think.
Well, one thing that I do want to really, really kind of talk about is that, you did come from the NBA, right? And, a lot of people have, their perception of what overseas basketball is, and despite you going through this, I can just tell just by the way kind of your demeanor is and off of knowing you, you know, um, that your experience overseas has not been bad. It's been a great experience.
For sure.
Unfortunately, you've had some situations with COVID in China and now this situation. But can you talk just for like a lot of the NBA guys that come over here and play and don't end up sticking?
Yeah.
How have you been able to stick so far playing, overseas and dealing with that? And how was your transition from the NBA over here?
Not for sure. It's definitely a different type of grind. My first year coming overseas, I went to Malaga, Spain. Great city. I was living on the beach, and I was playing in Spain, the Spanish league, ACB. For me, I'm thinking I'm about to come over and kill and go right back to the league. And I got over there, and it's like a wake up call. It's a totally different style of play. The lifestyle is way different. You're there for 10 months, and in the NBA, you play 82 games regular season, and it's what, 6, maybe 7 months, if that. And then you come over and obviously it was a EuroLeague team, so we played like 60 games, but the other teams in the Spanish league, like, they're there 10 months to play 30 games, and you're practicing some teams twice a day. And I think those are the things that separate people who, come from the league or just who can't really stick overseas. It's just a different type of grind. Um, you're gonna be challenged in ways that you've never been challenged in your life, and you kind of realize, like, bro, like, do I really want to hoop? Do I really love basketball? Like, is this really what I want to do? Because it's different. My first year was pretty rough. To be real with you, I had my friends coming over and staying with me, but it was a learning experience, and I knew that playing overseas, you have a great career, and it could be very beneficial for your career, yourself. And I just learned the second year to embrace it when I went to Turkey. And every year I come overseas, I embrace the culture, where I'm at, the fans, everything, and it makes the experience, a lot better.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted, bro. You got some great stories. Well, how was you living, bro? You had a spot where you living kind of OD,
I
bro. Don't
can't
try,
lie, bro. I can't
don't try,
lie.
don't
I
try to dumb it
can't
down,
lie.
bro.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. In Malaga, I was right on the beach. I was like, I want the penthouse, but I was right below the penthouse. You feel me?
Yeah.
Then, they give you a car, they give you an apartment. Uh, and then Turkey, man, I think I lived on like the 43rd floor. I was up there, nice. And living in Istanbul, and it reminded me like New York. It was popping out there, food, everything. And then Shanghai, they had me living at the residency of the Ritz Carlton, bro. So I mean, I was living better overseas than low key when I was at the crib. So I wasn't
Said the
tripping.
the Ritz is OD, so you living there is kind of crazy, bro.
You feel me? And then in China, you had a driver. Shanghai was amazing city. It was super international. Besides looking up and seeing, Chinese writings and stuff, and the people, but other than that, like, if you just really looked around and took the writings and stuff off the wall, you would be like, where am I? Like, I thought I was in New York, bro. So but yeah, like you said, I've been lucky, and then here being in Jerusalem and Israel has been amazing. So I've been super lucky and fortunate to be in great cities overseas.
Yeah. Davis Bros has a question. Actually, my guy JD, he played against you in college. He went to George Washington. I know you went to Detroit Mercy. He said that you kind of went
Yeah,
off. Uh,
we won the
turning.
game, right?
I don't know if you guys won the game. He could tell you yes or no. But
Yeah, we won. I
I
think they came to our crib.
yeah, when he writes back, I'll give you the answer. His question is, um, which country has had the best food and which has had the worst?
Oh, woo! All right, the best food was probably For me, turkey, bro. Man, I can eat
Mm,
chicken and rice all day, right? I can eat chicken and rice all day. It's like it's like that Middle Eastern, Mediterranean.
right,
I don't know. The way they cook it is like that.
right.
Turkey was the best. Man, the worst, bro. Spain was good, but compared to Israel,
Israel's crazy.
let's take China out because China didn't count. I was in
Yeah,
Shanghai,
yeah.
so I was eating like what I can eat back home. It was everything was international. No flex. Like I said, I lived in the Ritz. Like Morton's was a restaurant in my building, Morton Steakhouse. So I could eat food from the crib, but I would have to say Spain, and Spain's food was good too.
Yeah. Jackie has a question. She said, "Did you learn any Chinese when you played?"
I did, but not enough to speak right now. But China's crazy though because you have a translator. The coach doesn't speak any
Yeah,
English.
that's how it was when I was in Japan. Like my coach didn't speak any English, my teammates didn't, and we had a translator the whole time when I would move around over there. Thank God I, lived in Tokyo and it was a little easier transition, but yeah, that was kind of the same with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, he said Davis bro said he beat you, bro, but you said you at least had 30, so your memory
Damn,
looks
we
like
lost
it's
some
a
quick
little foggy.
there.
Your memory looks like it's a little foggy right now, but he said that they beat you
I'm gonna have to
guys.
look. I'm gonna have to look that up. Man, I wonder was that the crib? I don't know. He got us. He got it. I'll take the L,
Yeah.
but I'll take the 30 piece though.
Yofi said more players need to know about the respect ball players get around the world. Agree with that?
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm working on now, trying to bring that to light. Um, I think me personally, when I was in the league, I didn't look down upon anybody overseas, but I didn't understand it. I didn't know there's certain leagues and levels and the type of grind they go through. But now being over here, I have a totally different appreciation and respect for these guys.
Um, Seeing all the guys that are now starting to come from overseas to the NBA, this year especially, you got Luca Villadoza, you got Gabriel Deck, who I've played against. I played against Luca and Gabriel when they were in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Mike James, Poku, who was last year, young boy, out of Olympiacos now playing.
Yeah,
A lot of them are starting to show. I mean, in Campasso, I can't forget about him. A
yeah,
lot of guys are starting to show that they can really make that leap because before the Luka Doncic's and the Giannis's, it was kind of questioned as a however
yeah.
overseas player could fit. Why do you feel like it's easier now for them to transition? In my mind, I feel like, especially for guards, hedging the pick and roll and dealing with pick and roll coverage overseas is a lot different than in the
Man.
NBA, bro. I watch NBA every NBA game. I
Sure.
cover the Lakers, Clippers. The pick and roll coverage is a lot different, bro. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
can you just elaborate on
Yeah,
kind of why they're succeeding and doing well over in the NBA right now?
definitely. Like you said, the pick and roll, and just the whole concepts on defense with these teams over here. They teach it differently. It's not your normal one-on-one and help defense. They use the word tactical, bro. They have all these different strategies and they throw these traps at you and these things that you like, bro, what is this? Like I pick you up full court, like if you get picked up full court at the crib, like that's disrespect. Like that means like he can't play. Like you know what I mean? Like so when
Yeah.
they picking me up full court over here, I'm like, what's going on? But these guards that have success here, then they get to the league. They've mastered this over here. They've gotten so well at making the right reads and understanding how to pick the defense apart. And people don't realize that the floor over here is smaller. You don't have that space from the 3-point line. This is like a college size court. And these guys just their IQ. And then I'm not in the EuroLeague right now. I'm just playing the Israeli league. But 4 years ago when I was in the EuroLeague compared to what I've seen this past year, the game's changing over here. It's getting a little bit more Americanized, more up and down, fast paced. They're letting guys play a little bit more freedom, and I think that's why guys are showing that that can translate to the NBA.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that because honestly, Mike ain't gonna get mad at me for telling this story, and I'll even bring this up when I talk to him. When he went to Cheska, I even told him I didn't think that was gonna be the best fit because of how free and with this type of style play he played, you know, and then he went to
Yeah.
Cheska and had an MVP season, you know, was
Yeah.
played free, you know, could ISO a guy, you know, break him down. Like usually,
Mhm.
you know, from the first time I started, you didn't see people do that. You know, now, like you
No.
said, it seems like more they're starting to get more comfortable with guys making ISO reads, you know, and not swing, swing, swing like I usually
Yeah.
typically would
Yeah.
see. So,
It's changed. And you got now a lot of guys that NBA level players, the guys that are in it, that were in the league, that on the fringe, they're coming over here, and some of these teams are allowing them to. They're adjusting their systems and everything around the players, which before is like, no, you got to do my style play, my system, and if you can't figure out, you won't play. But they're kind of like being a little bit more open minded from what I'm seeing over the past couple of years too.
um, Yofi said Giddy is tough. Josh Giddy is a problem, bro. He is nasty. I think he gonna make a big splash. 6'7", 6'8", PG. Last PG we saw at that size come out of Australia was LaMelo Ball, and you see what he did. But it's a little different. He from the IE, so I'm gonna give LaMelo Ball a little bit of credit for that. But yeah, I like Josh. He got some nice game to him. Jackie
Yeah.
asked, what did you do on your your off time overseas, and when you weren't practicing or traveling, what were you doing for games? Let's talk about Israel, bro. We got to talk about some positives. You know, I see a couple of videos. You know, I seen stand and do the ski challenge. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it
Israel.
looked lit.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So what did you do during your time in Israel, bro?
Oh, Israel's been popping. I got to be real with you. The weather's been great. It's like the summertime out here, so I as many times as much as I can, I'll be at the beach. Beach is I'm at the beach, so I'm kind of upset right now, bro, because I had some days to go to the beach this week. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't happening. So I hit the beach. I'll go down to Tel Aviv a lot. They got all the good restaurants. Um, I don't know. You can tie something. Tel Aviv is not like Miami, but it kind of gives me like a feel of South Beach a little bit. So go down there, get some good food, hit the beach. And then to be real with you, the last 2 years I've been in school. So most of my downtime, I'm on the computer taking classes, trying to graduate. I left college early, and I just started going back to school last year. So I'll graduate in December. So I'm just trying to knock the school work out. To be real with you,
How the heck were you juggling that?
man, crazy, right? So I went back to school last year, bro. Yeah, a year and a half ago, and every semester I've been taking like 2 classes. And they're like the full class, bro. It's like I'm doing it online, and I got like uh I have like 4 assignments due every week. And when you're overseas, you got a lot of downtime though. Like you're playing games, you're practicing. I'm in the crib. Like I'm over here by myself. I don't got no family or nothing. So I'm just I'm at the house. When I get done with practice, even on the road, bro, I got my computer with me, my books and stuff. I'm reading, doing homework, and just chipping away.
Uh, I agree with the downtime, but then I disagree because that practice, bro, like people don't understand practices overseas are a lot different
Man,
from we not doing like, you know, kind of the light practices. It's a lot up and down. And Jerusalem is a team that plays in 2 leagues, but this year you guys didn't play in 2 leagues, or did you come late?
they did. Well, when I got here,
Okay.
they were done with Champions League.
Okay,
So
thankfully. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, like nah, it'd be like that though. Like I mean, practice, I'll get home, I'll be worn out. And I'm from LA, I'm 10 hours ahead right now. The school I'm at is in Detroit, so I'm 7 hours ahead of that. So I still have to make these deadlines and stuff. So sometimes I got to wake up in the middle of the night or, vice versa to turn in an assignment or take a test or whatever. But it's been cool. I did it. China was fine because so much quarantine and downtime. This year has been a little different because it's a little bit more fast paced. But even with COVID and stuff, still like I'm really much in the house. But the past 2 months, everything here has been open, vaccinated, so we've been outside a little bit.
Does your teacher know that you're playing professionally overseas? Did you give her the whole rundown, or you one of those silent guys, you know,
Nah,
Mr. Ray 3 and with no identity, not saying nothing in
nah,
class?
nah, nah. I had to let them know because sometimes, like, I had to let them know because some of the classes,
Yeah.
like the class, like we were supposed to check in and all be on there at the same time, but there's no way. it's 3 a.m. and they're trying to, check in class at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't make that. Or some days I have a game or whatever the case might be. So they've been cool. Sometimes I have to record the lecture and then like send me the lecture. Like they've been very helpful and we've made it work. It was a little difficult in China because China, you can't, like the government controls everything. So some of
VPN. Yeah, please talk
yeah,
about that VPN blocker. You got to get
yeah,
a VPN blocker to go on
uh,
any sites.
yeah. So you can't like right now if I'm China, I could be on Instagram or something right now and that could just shut off. Like the government can shut that off any second. So you have to have the VPN, but sometimes the VPN doesn't work everywhere either. So like you have to have the VPN to get on, all the websites and anything. So it was a struggle, but I made it work. Yeah.
Yo, Echo, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by, man. What's good? Um, yeah, no, I mean, it's dope. I'm glad that you're safe. Look, that Wi-Fi looking a little crispy right now. So you guys got at least crispy Wi-Fi with all the stuff going on down there. So
Man, I got a couple phones. Sometimes you gotta use the phone off the Wi-Fi. You gotta make it work. You know what I mean? So I got the Wi-Fi going. I can talk to the fam, everybody back home. Everyone's checking in, making sure I'm straight. I'm good, bro. So
yeah,
like I said, I'm in the Holy Land, so my spirit is good.
yeah.
So I can't complain.
So last, update before, I let you go. I get off of here. What is the stance the players are taking like now, like right now? Because I know there's probably a decision, like, because with everything going on, what is your guys' decision?
Yeah. So from you being over here in the past, the Rockets is for us was like we weren't really cool with it, right? For them, it's normal. So we've kind of, it's crazy to say, in the past 3 days, we've kind of got over the Rockets. But the stuff going on the street is a little wild for us and even for them. So it's uncomfortable. I think the players are at a point now where it's like nobody's nobody really feels too comfortable going and hooping right now.
Yeah.
Not today, not tomorrow, probably not next week. Now the tough part is the league has to be done by like June 15th. That's when the final game could be because of the Olympics.
Yeah.
I feel where they're coming from because of COVID and the league lost a lot of money and last year it was smooth and I understand both sides of it. And I understand, these clubs need to play so they can, their money. But I think, compared to COVID and this, like, bro, like this is like a war going on. You know what I mean? So the dynamic is like, and we're in a foreign country without our people. So this is like, it's uncomfortable. I think the player.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit, bro. Okay. You good.
My bad. I think some of the players are maybe half and half. I think, some feel they want to stay because it's how they eat, bro. They need to get their check. And I think some are like, the money is not important. My life is more important. And I think it's kind of half and half right now. So we'll see. Hopefully there's like, hey, if you want to go home, okay. If you want to stay, you can stay.
You can't ask Americans that question. You know that what that
Nah, you
answer's
can't
gonna
ask
be,
them
bro.
because they
So
can be
yeah,
out.
they're gonna have to come up
So,
with a decision, bro. Because if they ask that, everyone's gonna try to leave. So, okay. Last question. Jackie asked, "Do you feel more pressure being American playing overseas, with there being only a few Americans on each team? Is there more pressure to perform at a high level for every game?" That's a great
100%.
question, Jay.
Great question, but 100%. You're expected to be able to do everything. Europe, not so much because your teammates, the Europeans, are they're pretty good, they're established.
Yeah.
China was different. Like if I didn't hoop, if I wasn't going out there scoring the ball, making plays, like they were gonna send me home like the next day. Like it's not like there's nothing to play with. You got to go out there and produce, or they're sending you home. Even in Europe, if you're not hooping, they will get rid of you in a second, and they will find someone to come take your job. And when you're an American and don't ever play in the NBA or EuroLeague or one of these levels, they're looking at you like you're gonna come in there and change their program.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what you want though as a hooper though. You want the challenge. You want to be under pressure. You want to feel those moments where you can be that guy and answer the questions that they have about you. So that's been my whole career over here for 4 years. So it's been a challenge every year, but I've enjoyed it.
Man, my family could attest to this, bro. We would lose 2 games and I would start acting strange. I would, like, to my family back home, I would tell them, like, look, man,
Yeah.
we lose 1 more game, I think I'm going home. Like, like, no matter how I'm playing, like, I'm leading the league in blocks, so what? Like, if we lose 2 in a row, and don't lose a 3rd one, like, practice start getting weird, coach start
Man.
acting weird. So it's, man, that situation and pressure is tough. But with China, because you talked about getting buckets, it's another level to the buckets. Because you guys, I'm looking at the stat sheet, people averaging 37. So buckets, it's not getting 18 to 20 points per game. Can you explain what the buckets, by buckets, what kind of expectation are they expecting in China for you to get in order for you to continue to play there?
Oh yeah, for sure. One of my crazy, well, not crazy, but when the coach, he didn't, like, at the time, he didn't speak English, and I had the ball. There's like 3 guys on me. I passed it to a wide open local Chinese guy. Could shoot, good player. They yelled at me. I was like, bro, he's wide open. What you want me to do? In Europe, America, if you didn't make that pass, you're coming out the game. I played for my dad in college. He took me out. Man, this man yelled at me and told me that he said he wants me to shoot it over the 3 people. I have a better chance of making a shot than this guy. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. So from there on, I let it ride. You shooting 20 times a game. Some teams are expecting.
Broke up. Yeah.
Some teams. My bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. You straight.
Some teams
Oh,
are
you
expecting.
turn yourself around. Yeah, you kind of like sideways. No, you
Hold
good.
on. Am I on there?
Yeah, but you the opposite way now. Yeah, you got to twist it. There you go. Wait, hold on. Now twist it a little bit because you kind of squared.
Oh, bro, it's because I got these people calling me, messing me up.
You good?
Hold
you
on.
good? I know a lot's going on out there, bro.
Yeah, bro. Everybody's trying to. Are you okay? Let me see.
Thanks.
Is it better now? Nah.
It's still twisted. Are you good? If not, if it don't, we could kind of work with it the up ways if you want to. Yeah, we'll just do that for
Can
now.
we make it work like that?
Yeah. No, you straight.
All right, my bad. What was I saying? About China. Oh, and the coach making me pass. He want me to shoot over 3 people. It's like over there, like, you gotta get buckets, or you gotta make plays, or your team's gotta win. And I'm talking about the top guys are over there averaging 35, 36, 38, 40 points a game. And people are like, oh, y'all aren't playing against anybody. Like, no, bro. They're working for those buckets. You know what I mean? Like, and now in China, like, only one, like, American can play. It used to be like 2 of you could be on the court.
On the
so your
same
time
floor.
cut in half. So you really got to get it in. Like, you got to hoop. You know what I mean? So you got to get 20 points in maybe 15, 20 minutes. Like,
nah, bro.
That's the stuff
You keep
of.
saying 20, bro, but I've seen a lot of players go home. There you go. You good. I've seen a lot of players go home off averaging 20, bro. I feel like the expectation is 25 plus with 10 assists. It ain't just 25 and the 3 assists. No, it's 25, 10 assists, stuff like that. And that's on the low end of scoring in. The elite, I'm seeing 35, 38. But some of those guys don't end up, their teams are at the bottom of the league. But, you have some guys that, like Marshawn and their team with Yee, they have 3 big-time scorers. So it's acceptable to average like 25, 26. But some people's stats, like Jamal Franklin, triple-double machine,
Crazy.
his stuff numbers are OD.
He's the Jamal's like James Harden over there, bro. For real. When we played against him last year, I'm just like, man, boy, look like James. See, like, my role was different. Like, I came off the bench, and and I had a big man who was a Monteunist, Donatas Monteunist. He used to play for the Rockets.
Yeah,
He was
play
like
for
our
the
starter. He
Rockets.
was our guy. So I was in my situation a little different. Like my role was to come in and play like Lou Will. They wanted me to come in and they wanted me to come in and score and produce off the bench and make plays. So I went in a situation where they expected me to score 40 points every night. But that ain't easy, I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a different grind overseas, that's for sure. But it makes you a better player, though, for sure.
Thanks. Last question about China, and then I'll let you go, my guy. For big in China, how is it? Do they have a lot more pressure for them? Because that league is very physical, and I know they get no calls. You guys don't get any calls in itself. So how is it for big?
Man, for a big it's harder because I feel like the game is a guards league. We got the ball in our hand all the time. We can get away with certain things. The bigs, like, they got to get the rebounds. They're getting double teamed down there in the paint. Uh, Chinese big men know how to play. They're strong, getting
Yeah, they're
fouled.
big too.
You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, it's a couple Yao Mings out there for
Facts.
real.
Hmm.
You know? And but they expect them to score. They expect them to get 20 points and 20 rebounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said, the Americans aren't going to get no foul calls because we're quote unquote stronger and more athletics. We're not going to get that. You know what I mean? And you got to think the guards dominating the ball the whole time. They got to wait to get the rebound. They got to create their own. But the bigs I've seen has made them a better overall player for sure. Guys who didn't know how to shoot before now got a jump shot. You know what I mean? So it helped me a lot playing in China and then coming back to, Europe this year. Like you get to take shots that you get to work out on in the summertime, but you never get the chance to take them in the game. But then you start mashing on the shots. Now I'm playing over here. China, I got 20 shots. Here, I might get 8 or 9 shots a game. I got to be super efficient.
Exactly.
So,
Man, well, my dog,
yeah.
I appreciate you. We're gonna have you on a lot more times than this.
Oh, yeah. I
We
got
got a
stories for days.
lot more stories to talk about, but I wanted to kind of just, really emphasize just kind of what your experience is. Even though of what's going on in Israel, prayers up to all the people that are down there. Um, it's a spot I love, and it's kind of unfortunate to see this, but I just wanted to make sure you're safe, let people know what's going on out there, make people know that you're good and not, struggling. So I know your phone is actually probably blowing up as we speak.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Are you
Calls
good?
are coming in. Yeah, but I'm good, bro. Chilling.
Sir, sir.
Appreciate it, man. We'll get back on here for
Oh
sure.
yeah, bet. Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it, bro. You have a lot of stuff, is there anything that people could follow you at? Do you have anything in the works that people should look out for? I'm gonna post this on some of the channels. So let us know what you have coming up.
Man, the man I'm looking at right now, me and Jay, we got something on the rise. But
Oh yeah.
we're gonna
Yes, sir.
we're
Some
gonna
big
keep that tucked
plans.
away.
Yeah,
But we
big
got
plans.
something
Big plans.
to bring all this stuff over here to light.
Yeah.
Besides that, man, Instagram, Twitter, RayMac3. I'm pretty chill on all those things though. But sometimes, you catch me pop up, make a poster here and there. But other than that, man, that's kind of all I got going on. I'm just trying to graduate, bro. Trying
Hey
to
man,
graduate.
hey, kudos to you, bro. That's big time. You
Yeah,
doing that is dope.
yeah, gotta get the degree. Yep.
Sir,
So
sir.
appreciate you, man.
All right, my dog. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody on Twitch. We're gonna be streaming almost pretty much every day. So, when you get the chance, make sure you hit that follow button. When the subs come, make sure you subscribe too. And we'll look forward to seeing y'all soon. All right, y'all. My dog. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir, bro. Let
Hey,
me
man,
get
you
back to
gotta
these calls, man. See
Yeah,
what they
bro.
got going on out here. All right, man. Hit me, bro.